Just checking to see that this is working. Looks like we're looks like we're up and running. I've got some sort of warning from my restream saying my encoder settings are not correct, but I'm not exactly sure how to fix that, so hopefully the video works. I'll have to look at that later. Maybe I'll just take a screenshot of the error, make sure I have it. Yeah, so I'm going to try to start streaming regularly, and I've been working on a samurai game, so I've gotten pretty far with it in terms of like a prototype, I guess. I can show it off. Alright, I'm going to turn down the desktop volume, if only for my own ears, but I guess if you can't hear anything anymore, you could let me know in the chat and I can try to up the volume a little bit more. But yeah, the main thing is you've got this little samurai guy, and he can slash, but he can also do this cool dash. And actually the dash was kind of the main mechanic that I started with. So the dash basically allows you to go through all the different characters and just do damage to like a straight line. You can also see I've spent some time on the gore system, I guess. So there's a lot of blood effects and blood decals, and then also you can see different parts of the meshes fly off. So kind of standard fare for like a samurai media. Also gives the player a lot of feedback, so there's not a lot of other kind of juice effects going on yet, so I'll add screen shake and things like that eventually. But I also added in this day-night cycle, so I don't know what exactly I'm using it for just yet, but I have it just running in the game right now just to kind of see the effects, so that's why we're now fighting in the dark. But yeah, so over the weekend I was making some changes to the control schemes to make it work better on a controller, but I noticed that now my dash attack here doesn't use any stamina. Yeah, that one does not either. Oh, and there's a bug. Awesome. So there you go. It wouldn't be a live stream if you didn't have an actual real bug happen right on camera. So yeah, so today what I was thinking of doing was looking at these montages. And I was looking at a way that you can kind of combine the montages, so that like right now when the player attacks, they just make this, I did my little, that's right, I've got a little dodge in here. It's not animated or anything, but it allows you to slide to the side. But yeah, this is, you press one button and then you kind of see it. So he just does the drawing of the sword. which that was my original idea for the slash, was just he draws the sword and flies across the screen, all one movement. And then the follow-up, he just puts the sword back, so that's kind of my slashing animation, but I have this ninja slash animation too. So what I was thinking was to make kind of a slashing combo, so you pull your sword out and then you do the attack that the ninjas are doing. So, and I watched a YouTube video on how to do it yesterday, but I didn't take any notes, so it might take a minute to figure out. So there's the player dying. Okay. Yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to do this morning. Alright. The other thing I'd like to do is try to figure out how I broke my stamina. And yeah, so this started as a pretty fast and loose prototype, but I have been trying to organize stuff, but the code's not perfect, so I guess judge me if you want. I guess everyone's judging these days on Twitter about people's coding, but I don't know. It's looking pretty good in my prototype, so I'm not gonna feel too bad about it. Alright, like this one, there's just a lot going on to set up the page, so usually I'll break these up into setup UI. We could do that right now. So those actually set the default values. Let's see. Still so much stuff, so there's probably some other setup functions we could be doing here. Oh yeah, this is kind of my post-processing effect right now that I was playing around with. Alright. There's another UI element here. And the UI is currently like piecemeal, which is fine with like having it kind of be component-y, but probably a bunch of this could just be one player HUD that we add to the viewport. Yeah. So, all right. After you do something like that, you should always make sure things still work. Okay, good. The life still works, but the controller. Okay. So, I think we do it with the start dash tag here. So you can see that we check the dash. And here's where we remove the dash. So what is the, or remove some stamina. So here's the dash cost. So that's there. Maybe with some of these we don't. We don't actually check this. That doesn't seem right to me. I don't know how you, how any of this dash animation would work if you don't go through here first. Actually, here's a. I've got some other console logs here, but let's make it. I don't know if red will show up. Let's see. Orange. Okay. Wow, it's so orangey. Okay, here we go. Pink. All right. Just want to see if it gets fired when I do the different versions. Okay, that one said dashing, but then there was no stamina bar, did not update. That one, same thing. I'm using the controller as well. Alright, that makes me think the stamina bar is broken actually. Okay, I don't know why. Alright, so there's no branching here. Oh yeah, this is where that fall through the floor bug kind of is actually. I figured that out already, but it's fine. We'll figure it out later, I think. Okay, so has to do with trying to fly through stuff without getting caught, but it allows you to fly through walls and stuff. Kind of dumb in retrospect, but I just need to adjust the collisions probably on the things I want to hit. Alright. So we're getting stamina, we're reducing stamina. And we're doing this. So this is a event graph inside the stamina UI, which is super simple, very prototypey AI really. I mean, not AI, UI. So I'm just sending the percent from the player and updating it that way. So I feel like this is. I think these things are happening. But maybe the values are not correct. Yeah. Is it constantly updating the or is it are those it only says 2 seconds, but it seemed like it lasted on the screen for a lot longer. Where's my logs? Okay. Like, it seems like this gets called a lot, actually. Did I mess something up with the controller? I don't have stamina in the controller. Okay. No. Okay. All right. So I think I'm just going to try to hunt it down. So let's see where we can find it. All right, so this is the update stamina bar. This should be where we set our first value, which is fine. That's part of the kind of the setup UI. Maybe I'll add those values to that piece as well. So that's on begin play, so that shouldn't be an issue. All right, so you can see we have stamina bar in the dash attack and recharge stamina. Oh, maybe our recharge is too fast. And then in the setup UI. So we've already looked at this. This seems fine. It's printing. So I don't know. This recharges are interesting because they're depending on how you do them. If you're doing by like a frame or if you're doing it by a timer. So I think I'm doing this by a timer. I'll just double check. But our recharge rate is 5. Our stamina is 100. Starts out at 100. And then we call it. So yeah. So we're, and it looks like it's on a timer of like 1 second. So let's. All right, so here is our timer for the recharge rate. 1 second looping. This is also in the begin play. Okay. All right, so let's just see what happens if we just like disconnect it. So we're not recharging. Does the go down? It shouldn't go up by more than 5 though. So all right. Alright, so I'm out of stamina. I can't recharge. That did not update like I thought it would actually. It was pretty slow to update. Does the XP still work? Yeah, the XP is still building up. Okay. So this is only supposed to add 5 every 5 seconds. And then the dash attack takes away 10. So, I don't know, let's just, for devil's advocate's sake here, let's make the dash cost 50. I just want to see if we're just like kind of racing against the update. I don't know. Alright, yeah, look how fast the Alright, so we're almost at full. Okay, and I guess, you know what I don't do? I don't check that, I bet you we're like just going over 100 when we're recharging, like the longer you wait. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Alright, so here's the issue. Okay, inside the recharge stamina, every second we just add this 5 to it. We don't check it at all. We don't say, but it has to be the max, right? There's probably a node. Oh yeah, we just so if we clamp it, that should do what we need it to do. Basically, this just makes sure that you're between these values. So, and we have where is our constants? There we go. Got max stamina. And minimum should be 0. That makes sense too. So. So when this recharge happens, it checks to see that we're at 100, and there you go. So I guess that's something to look out for when you're doing one of these kind of bar UIs. I can't see what the number is, so I haven't looked at that stamina number the whole time I've been playing it. So, okay. Someone in stream chat, but they're just trying to sell me stuff. Sorry, buddy. Can't tell if my stream is like frozen on Twitch or if it's actually working. Looks like it's just like frozen. it actually says I'm offline, but huh. Yeah, it's just showing like a crazy blueprint. It doesn't actually show my actual stream. It says offline and then it says I'm live. I don't know how that's possible. I need to dig into these tools a little bit. I have no idea how Steam actually runs, but they don't really have like, I'm just looking at like a activity feed. Oh, everyone's saying my keyframe interval is too high. Is that my bitrate? I changed my bitrate earlier. Huh. Sorry, I'm gonna take a pause here. I'm not sure the stream's even working, so. Just looking up how to set the keyframes in the output. You need to check enabled advanced encoder settings. Oh yeah, I was playing around with all this stuff. I don't think I can do it while I'm streaming, so. Oh wait, yeah, maybe I can. It's like a custom setting. I don't even know how I would have. Let's set it to 0, see what happens. Is it even going to work? I don't know if it changes on the fly here or what. Let's look. looks like it's working again anyway. Alright, now I'm muting myself. Okay. Bummer. Wonder if it was the same on YouTube. Okay. This is why you check your stream before you spend 50 minutes in it. Okay. That's fine. Back to the stamina race condition. Alright. I'm about to wrap up actually, so it's kind of a bummer, but okay, now we have the min-max, which should, I think, alleviate the issue, and then let's put the dash cost back down to 10. And we'll try it out. So yeah, the recharge rate's pretty fast. So I guess when I refactored the dash, I guess maybe I had some sort of like added delay to the recharge, and I got rid of it because I didn't notice that I was losing that it was like automatically like filling up like that. So recharge is really fast because till I get the other kind of like combo animations in, the dash kind of feels like the only good attack you have. So and for the longest time it was kind of the main mechanic, which I don't know, maybe it will still be the main mechanic, but you could just spam it. Well, I hope the stream sort of worked the whole time, but I guess I'll go back and review the video. Sorry that there were some technical difficulties. Planning on trying to stream every morning while I'm working, so at least between kind of 6:30 and 7:30, something like that. And there's our bug again. So that's something we should definitely fix, huh? Okay. Alright, so alright, I'm just gonna go to this YouTube video and just see if I can figure out what I'm supposed to do. What I remember is when okay, this is the animation blueprint, but you can basically add an interrupt into your montage. So in here, you could say when he gets to about there, I guess. We're gonna have to add another layer, it looks like. So we want to let the attack go through, and then before he starts putting his sword away, we allow for an interrupt. Let's see if it'll let me put one. No. So I can put it near it, and then so you do like a new notify. Let's call it So then sorry, I'm just scrolling through this video I flagged that kind of shows you I guess I can give a shout out to that. So using this video by Astrum Studio, and I can test some of this stuff out. I'm pasting it into my different chats here. Okay. Yeah, what's funny is I use this Restream.io so I can go to two different stream services, right? YouTube and Twitch, and it was telling me that everything was great, like that it was excellent. So, but the other two feeds I think were broken probably the whole time. So anyway, early days, I guess, if I keep up with this. So. All right. So yeah, I just posted that in the channel. So basically, I've got it on mute, so we're not. So he's got a montage. He's doing kind of similar stuff that I'm doing. He's got the ARPG Warrior animation set, which you can buy on the Unreal Marketplace. I looked at those. They have one for samurais and stuff too, actually. It's pretty cool. But I just started doing my own animations in Blender, so that's kind of where I'm working with my own stuff. Just getting everything retargeted, and everything's just like for the Unreal Skeleton. My guys are so simple. So my guys are based on Infenzia's little low poly guys. So they're very customized than what he's like giving out of the box in terms of like I created my own ninjas and samurai guys. So but they are based on his like original model. And then I had to kind of redo the skeleton to get to work with my animations, but that's probably just because I don't have a full understanding of how Blender animation works. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a select, and we're going to have two options. I think in this video he does 4, and then the options are what montage to play. So yeah. While that ad plays here. Okay, so in here, he's kind of going in and adding these notifies for when he can attack again. Okay. He adds it to sort of where, similar to what I'm doing. Okay, and then inside the animation blueprint, he has this notify call, and I think he basically unlocks the character attack. So, okay. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, we could call this. Can I rename it? That's kind of funny, right? You can't really. You can replace it, but you can't rename it. Anyway, there it is, up here. Yeah, no way to do that. Okay, so we have that interrupt in there, and then if we go back, oh, maybe we have to save it. If we go back in here, we've got this can interrupt event now. And so we can basically inside our, what am I looking at? The enemy? Okay. Here we go. So some of the stuff we have is an event. So this is like where we're doing our play slash animation. Yeah, right now this would be kind of a, it's all so connected to the dash here. So the naming, I want to change the names and stuff, but okay. But just to kind of proof of concept this, if we pull out here and do select, this is kind of like a switch statement, right? On, oh, we lost it. Okay. I think it was the slash, right? Yeah. I'd have to look at what the dash one is. It's probably an original version. But then we could put in like the ninja one, right? And then this is the index, so okay, currently it's just a thing, so but in our, I'll just put it in the regular, okay. We'll call this with an integer, put that here. Alright, so we have this, and now when we, see, it's not going to work there, so I need to like have like a unified place for my animations, because this might have been actually the dash and the other one might be the slash. That's what it is. Because I have an attack as well, right? So yeah, I think I do want to have an interrupt on the dash too. So this is just my regular sword animation actually, and then I have another one. Is it in here? Yeah. So I have the dash attack and the slash. So yeah, this is where I want to be, but I'm editing the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, because this, really what we want to do is have a combo where you slash, and then if you press the regular attack key, then it swaps. So I'm going to have to create like kind of a attack managing method, I think. Alright, let's take this. Let's not get too crazy. Alright. Let's go here. Alright, so here's where we've got our attack, which feels very not great. So if we do the samurai slash and then the ninja attack, and I think what our YouTube tutorial shows is kind of a different montage than the one I'm using, so this one's not going to work, so let's see. We can play montage. And we have that play rate at 2 because the sword slice is kind of slow, but it's partly slow because in the dash, you can't see the animation happening. So I slowed it down so you can see it kind of. But we'll just make this fast, and then, all right. So this one has a lot of extra things to kind of bounce off the animations. So, and then we will put our character in here because it's getting animated. All right. And then from here, we want to increment our combo index. No, it's not. I don't know about other Unreal devs out there, but floats seem to be like what you use almost all the time. But for an index, it seems to make sense not to use a float. Okay. Now, he basically has a gate here to prevent the attack from occurring multiple times. I think if I just save this right now, it'll still work. Let's see. Huh. That's interesting. It kind of like stopped working. Oh, I know why. Okay. Because I already changed it. I've already incremented it, so if we don't do that. Okay, so now I just wanted to show you this. So basically, he does this. He never finishes the attack. So you can actually sit here like this, and it never falls through until you let go. That's because we can spam this. So let's just make sure we don't have a. We have an is slashing, which is. I don't know if we really use it. So I was using it before for dashing. Oh, I don't think we use this anywhere else. Look, it's not used. It's not even set. So let's steal it. Okay. All right, so in here, put a branch. And if the branch is false, all right. call it can attack. Alright. And if you can attack, then you play the montage. Okay. Don't think we're going to use the false. Alright. So, when we're here, we want to set it to false. Alright, and then I want to increment. And if we get interrupted, I think also on complete. Because if we finish the montage, we want to let our player attack again. But I think when we get to here, so what I'm going to do is grab my character, and in here I can set can attack. So once we hit that point in our attack, we can attack again. Okay. Ooh, didn't like that. Oh, because I didn't save over here. Alright, cool. And then, once this we're going to two different things here. Because I think we want to set if we get through the entire animation, we want to set the index back down, I think. Okay. Alright. Let's see how this works. It does nothing. I've broken it. I'm clicking and nothing's happening. It does not like it. Alright, let's see if we have a bunch of errors. No errors! Oh no. Alright, oh. Check the box. There's always a box to check. Alright, let's see now. So is he doing the animation? Alright, so one thing I noticed that's... Alright, I need to get my guy out of this area here. Alright, so... So one thing that kind of shows that this is sort of working, we are definitely changing between the two animations, is when I click it. Alright, so he goes back into the stance where he's holding the sword. So one thing I know is we're stopping the other montage because the other montage tells it to put the sword back. But we are not He's not doing the second swipe. Okay, so if we went into... It's always useful to have a playground like this. I guess when I first set these up, they couldn't fight back, but... get an idea of the... So yeah, let's open up the other one. So this is what he's supposed to be doing. And yeah, this animation's not really set up for the samurai guy, so he has like... his kimono gets a little bit messed up, but... He's definitely not doing that though. What if I started the index with 1? I just want to see what happens. I think we set it back to 0. Okay, I need to do this without clicking on the screen, I guess. Okay, no? Alright, that's fine. Alright, so now... It like made like a little... So when I click it, he just kind of moves his hands a little bit and then stops. I don't understand that. Yeah, he might not have his sword equipped when he does this move, but he would if he was doing the combo. Kind of weird. Let's just make the play rate 1 then. Let's get rid of all this for now. Just want to see him do it. Okay. All right, so. All right, he can do it. All right, we changed a bunch of stuff, so let's slowly put it all back. Can he do it at a play rate of 2? No. Okay. So that's part of it. Or it's so fast that you can't see it, I guess? Okay. It's a very fast sword attack to start. Alright. I believe this only happens when we get all the way to the end of the animation. We can debug that later. Okay, so now we're going to start with do a slash. Okay. Alright, so now if we press it, we're doing a barehanded one. We do that one. Alright, we're still at 0. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so that kind of worked. Animation's almost too quick. Let's see if we can do it from here. Ah, so one thing I noticed. Yeah, that's not. Yeah. I think we should have a couple more animations, and then definitely don't de-equip the sword. And then also, once he puts his sword away, we have to almost say he can't attack until. Now he's got the sword free. Wow. You know, something cool like that, right? All right, cool. I think the second attack didn't do anything. I'm gonna try. Can I do it without? So the other piece of this is that in the current montage for ninja attack, it has this ninja slash hit, which is not what the samurai is looking for. Check hit. So I can't rename it, but I can rename it. I could just make a new one. But this check hit I should just standardize the naming. Yeah. And then I could reuse all these things, but yeah, having like kind of coding inside these animation blueprints is a little bit different mindset for me. I feel like your logic for gameplay is kind of spread out a lot, but luckily I'm trying to keep it to a minimum. It's just like something happens, call a thing that happens inside the player character. This one has the dash is kind of complicated because I'm managing the animation movement and stuff inside the blueprint rather than as like root animation. So I had to like start the attack, end the attack, things like that. So this is a little bit wacky. Oh, I can actually fix this too. I don't need this. Rather than cast every time you attack, right? Well, we got something kind of working, so that's cool. It's not perfect. I kind of want to make some more attack animations for the player character, and yeah, just kind of create a combo. Alright, so that's the samurai game anyway, for now. I hope to stream a little bit more tomorrow. Alright, maybe with better luck on the stream. Hopefully my first 20 minutes wasn't just frozen. Anyway, if you tuned in, thanks for watching. If you're watching it later, thanks.